Who doesn't want to live longer? I think we all do, as long as we're defining living longer with living healthy. Health span, as it's starting to be known in the industry, not just lifespan, but health span, meaning you're having this great span of years and enjoying good health. So I have 3 tips for longevity that I want to share today, and certainly books have been written about longevity, and we continue to learn more, and it's a very exciting field, anti-aging and longevity. But I just want to focus in on 3 really important tips for you today that are very much missing in the standard American lifestyle and diet. So number 1 is sleep. And it's not a luxury. You really need those 8 hours of sleep, and this has been very well documented in the literature and research. And if you're not sleeping enough, quantitatively as well as qualitatively, which we'll get to in a second. So if it's not enough and good quality, you are absolutely shortening your life. There's no 2 ways about it. You're setting yourself up for a long list of diseases that you don't want to have, including obesity and Alzheimer's and cancer, diabetes, you name it. It's all the diseases that are killing us, are degenerative diseases, have a strong association to not enough sleep. Now, I've had a recent struggle. Thankfully, I'm past it now. It started about 2 years ago with fatigue. I had a chronic viral kind of explosion, not the COVID virus, but a different one. And basically what I came to realize, because I had always certainly valued my sleep, but come to find out the quality wasn't good. So I would put the body to bed, and for the requisite 8 hours, but I was up and down, I was in and out, my heart would be pounding when I'd wake up in the middle of the night with all these ideas. And so if you're that person who is feeling like their quality of sleep is not that great, then I would encourage you to get some sort of device. I have a Whoop band. That's what I do. I tried the Aura ring, so I've tried a couple of things. This is the one that worked best for me. There's many things on the market, but to show you how your quality of sleep is affected by what you do. So it's a really nice, daily reminder of how you did, and that restorative sleep is very key. Now, if over and above all of that, you're putting to the body to bed, you understand the value of good sleep, and you're still just staring at the 4 walls, staring at the ceiling, then there's other reasons. Chief amongst them, gut issues and hormonal issues. So we can help you with that. So that was number 1, was sleep. Number 2, stress. And, both of these are tough. If you're stressed, you're not sleeping well, right? You're not sleeping well, it increases your stress hormones. But when I say stress, I'm just looking at trying to get a leg up on your stress load, because the more causative you can be on your stress load, the more steps you can take, the more grace you can give yourself to take some time. My story is I started napping, which, oh Lord, for months I would lie there in bed going, I hate this, I hate this, I hate this. It really wasn't, very, didn't really lead to the outcome that the nap was supposed to. And then I finally embraced it, and now what I do is not so much nap per se, because the body doesn't need it anymore, but I just sort of reset. I do lie down, I do close the drapes, and I kind of check out for about half an hour and just reboot. And for me, that's really successful, and everybody's different. I know patients over the years have said, I just go to my car and I take a nap, and I'm like, okay. And so to embrace that, to see, I get really revved up, and then if I take a very leisurely walk and I'm deep breathing and I'm appreciating nature, then I relax, and it helps. So whether it's deep breathing, yoga classes, certainly getting exercise helps with your stress level. So In other words, just embrace, just look at yourself from the outside and say, where is all this stress coming from? And you want to take some causative steps to not be so much the effect of it, but you can be more cause over it. And those steps little steps go a very long way to improving your health span and your longevity. And last is an interesting one, I think you'll find, which is your fiber consumption. Believe it or not, 19 out of 20 Americans, or a mere 5%, get enough fiber. And then that 5% is a bit of an overstatement. It's less than 5% because the studies are done on a baseline of 20 grams of fiber. And actually women need 25 and men 38 as a minimum. And the studies are all based on 20. So you can see that it's probably a much lower percentage of us that get enough fiber. And I'm not talking about fiber pills, I'm not talking about fiber gummies, I'm not talking about a powder you stir into your drink. I'm talking about real fiber, real food. And the vast array of fruits, vegetables, beans, legumes, this is where Mother Nature put the fiber. And what that fiber does is it feeds your microbiome. You've probably heard that word, but all those microbes in your gut, you have, the numbers constantly changing with the number of microbes, but current estimation is 38 trillion microbes in your gut and only 10 trillion cells in your body. So you are hosting almost 4 times as many microbes as you have cells in your body, which is kind of interesting. And these microbes, depending on what you're eating, you're either creating an enemy or a friend who's going to be at your defense. So good natural fiber is creating a robust anti-inflammatory, anti-aging, anti-disease producing community for you. But if you're eating refined food, lots of dairy products, eggs, meat, all those foods have zero fiber in them. So whether they're stripped of their fiber, it was a whole grain and now it's white bread or a cookie, or if it's just a plant-based food, there's absolutely zero fiber in that. So as a little game, a lot of foods, list how much fiber is in them. So you can kind of just get a baseline, do it for a week and see, okay, naturally with what I eat, how much fiber is in there. And I think you'll be surprised at how poor it is. But an incredible, easy, just with some mindfulness of what you're putting in your mouth, incredibly easy longevity anti-aging tool is to get that fiber level to the minimum of 25 or 38 grams depending on female or male, and start noticing how much better you feel. So if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, share it with friends, and if you need more data, if you are struggling with your health and you really want a root cause approach of why is this happening and what can I do, we are delighted to help you. Just reach out via our website.